Well, good morning and welcome to Ageless in America. It's another great Saturday, and I'm proud to be here with beautiful Anna Johnson.
Well, thank you, Lou. Hello, everybody. I'm Anna Johnson, and we're just delighted to have you join us once again for our show. And Lou, you know, I love it when we go outside and people say, you know what? We watched your show, and we watched it from beginning to end.
Absolutely.
I said, wow, that's pretty good. I'm just thrilled about that. But more and more people are saying that.
Well, I know, and especially at Florida Senior Day the other week.
Wasn't that something?
We had so many people, the hundreds of seniors from all around the state that came up, and they got to visit the town hall forum where seniors' voices were heard at the state capitol. And continuously, people from a long way away would say, we even watched your show.
Oh, well, and the Secretary Samuel Verghese was just wonderful, who was the director of the Florida Department of Elder Affairs. They sponsored the forum that we had, and
yes,
we had great speakers, great questions from the audience. I was really thrilled to be a part of that.
And the entertainment was great.
Yes, it was. Lew Wilson was on stage.
Yes, I was, in fine form and fashion.
All right, what the muffins?
Well, you know, it's National Zucchini Bread Day. And I know when you go to nationaldaycalendar.com, some days are official, some are unofficial. Well, National Zucchini Bread Day, it's kind of unofficial, but we went to Publix and we found the next best thing, zucchini muffins. And when we take a break on this show, I think we're going to be muffin diving here.
They look good. Yeah. They really look good. Well, zucchini is such a great vegetable. I mean, I love muffins, but I'd rather take zucchini and yellow squash and onions and mix it all up. Boy, that's good.
Oh, it's good stuff. Anyway, we've got recently. I can't talk this morning, Anna. Recently, I did a video with Jenny West from Big Ben Hospice, and she talks about some great stuff that's involved in our community.
Well, and it's an organization that does so much and cares so much for the terminally ill in our area. So let's take a listen.
Right. Most of us have heard the word hospice. Share with us the definition of hospice care and what makes Big Ben Hospice's approach so special.
Well, the word hospice can be a scary word to someone that has never been exposed to a family member that's been able to receive hospice care. Hospice is caring for someone approximately in the last 6 months of their life after they have either decided themselves that aggressive care is no longer the route that they want to choose in dealing with a terminal illness, or a physician may have suggested that it's time to talk with a hospice in order to receive help caring for a family member or even themselves dealing with that life-limiting illness.
In your area, you're kind of known as the hometown hospice, and you work so hard to make the community feel like you belong to them. Tell us about some of your programs and efforts.
We are very fortunate in Tallahassee to have a community that supports Big Ben Hospice, not only by having us come in and have the privilege of caring for their loved one, but also by making financial donations that allow us to provide services that many hospices are not currently providing. We have a wonderful music therapy department. We work in partnership with Florida State University. We have interns that come in from all over the country in order to learn medical musical therapy and caring for hospice patients. We also have a wonderful bereavement department that offers services to anyone that has lost a loved one. You do not have to have had experience with Big Ben Hospice, and it can be a loss of any sort. It can be a divorce. It can be losing a pet. It can be a tragic, sudden, unexpected loss. Many times in the schools, there may be a school that's affected by an automobile accident, or sometimes with students there may be a suicide, and that impact is far-reaching. And our bereavement department is able to go into the schools and provide crisis bereavement counseling as well as doing individual counseling here at no charge. And that's because of the donations that get made to Big Ben Hospice throughout the year, whether it's a fundraiser that we're doing in our 8 counties that we cover, or it's someone suggesting in their obituary that in lieu of flowers, that donations get made to Big Bend Hospice. We also have a wonderful volunteer department where we're utilizing our volunteers in all of our 8 county service areas in just about any way that you can imagine, both in helping us take care of our patients, but also doing things like running errands and going to the grocery store, helping people with their taxes. Dealing with a terminal illness is so overwhelming for families that the needs are very unique, but the needs are great, and we're able to help them in any way possible.
Well, that's incredible. And I know we have a special message that we want to take a look at, and then we're going to talk about some 5 wishes. So let's take a look at this personal message right now.
My son was diagnosed with carcinoma of an unknown primary. He was seeking treatment over in Jacksonville, and he opted to not stay at the hospital because at that point at an ICU there was really nothing else they could do for him. For the circumstances, I really couldn't. I couldn't have done this without them. I would have been too afraid to take him out of that hospital, not knowing what to do. And even though he didn't want to be resuscitated or on life support, it still would have scared me to take him home and not know that even though I knew they couldn't do anything, they would know how to handle it more than me.
That was a very, very powerful message. Share with us now why the 5 wishes are really so important.
As Tammy said, it is such a stressful time when you're dealing with a terminal illness with a loved one. 5 Wishes is the opportunity to think about some of those events that may occur before they actually happen so that you can make decisions during a time that is not so stressful. It's also important that you communicate those decisions to your loved ones. It makes a big difference in dealing with serious illness at the time it occurs.
That's an incredible variety of services that you offer. Thank you so much for all you do here in the community, and we'll be back right after this.
Coming up next, questions about long-term care.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to Ageless in America. What are you doing? You can't do that yet. You're not supposed to eat on the air.
Okay.
We'll wait. We'll dive
Okay.
into those in just a few minutes.
Okay.
Well, because coming up in just a second, we have a great interview with Dr. Larry Polifka. He is with the Claude Pepper Center.
Can anybody afford long-term care today?
That's a really good and very important question, and it hasn't been raised often enough. It hasn't become visible enough an issue in my judgment, given the urgency of the issue. The fact is that long-term care has been a challenge for a long time. We've made some major progress in the kinds of long-term care that we provide over the last 25 or 30 years. We're not nearly as dependent on nursing homes, on so-called institutional care as we were in 1990. We have developed in-home services both for people who pay out of pocket, who can afford it, and for publicly supported people who are receiving money through state GR or Medicaid dollars. And we've also had the development of a really huge assisted living community around the country, including Florida, since 1990. We've gone from a couple 100,000 assisted living beds to over 1 million today. So there have been some real improvements. But when you look ahead, what you see is a doubling of the need for long-term care assistance, and that means assistance with the activities of daily living, just getting by.
What does it
We that's going to double because of the growth in the population over 65 and 80 over the next 20, 30 years.
What does long-term care cover?
It covers homemaker services. It covers home health services in terms of in-home kinds of services, chore services for people to help keep up a house, homemaker services. And there are probably a range of 15 or 20 of those services that are provided in state programs that I'm very familiar with as former director of the State Agency on Aging. And we also have with assisted living is different from nursing home care in that the people in assisted living don't have the complicated medically involved conditions that people have in nursing homes supposedly, although that assisted living population is becoming increasingly impaired as the program evolves. They're creating this capacity to deal with more people in that less institutional setting. But it's mainly to help people deal with chronic medical conditions that reduce their ability to help themselves, walk, dress, eat,
When should
fundamental activities of daily living.
When should families start looking into this? When should they start to research?
Well, to the extent that they can afford it, long-term care insurance, private insurance is recommended. But the problem is, and this goes back to your affordability concern, very few people can actually afford the premiums. At this point, we have fewer than 10% of the population with long-term care plans, fewer than about 15 or 16% of those over 60. And it's not because at this point they don't know about it, because there's been a lot of marketing around this for many years. They can't afford it. And even some of the firms are beginning to recognize that and cut back on their offerings. But this gets into also public, because increasingly people are dependent on public support for long-term care because they can't afford it out of pocket, either for the insurance or for the services paid out of pocket.
Well, once again, we are out of time, and we have such great topics here, and I just hate to end, but thank you so much, Dr. Polifka.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
Some very cool local firms want to make your golden years the best years of your life. There are benefits to being over 50, and there's one convenient place where you can find them: localseniordiscounts.com. Imagine discounts for more than 25 area restaurants, retail and shopping, health, medicine, household services. For details on these special offers, visit localseniordiscounts.com. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to Ageless in America. I'm Lew Wilson, and we have a special treat for you today. Two special guests are with us. Miss Ruth Nickens with the Tallahassee Senior Center, and she's a volunteer with the TMH Animal Therapy Program. And of course, Ari McNickens, who we just love, who is, of course, one of those volunteer animals as well. Ruth, share with us, what is animal therapy and why do we need it?
Well, animal therapy is a tremendous asset to the community at large. We've intuitively known for a long time that animals were natural therapists, but now the science has really come on board with clarifying the true psychological and physiological effects of humans being with animals. They're very calming. They can improve both your mental and your physical health. They reduce stress and numerous other benefits.
Well, calming is important. My wife would say I probably need a whole dozen of these things. Well, where can somebody get animal therapy?
Well, the animal therapy units, as they call them, which is a handler and their animal, go out and make visits to all different kinds of facilities. I do some work at the Senior Center where I work with Ari. They go into hospitals, they go into schools to assist children with learning to read. They work in courtrooms with people who have been victims of traumatic experiences. Sure. We go into nursing homes and a lot of other places as well. Our main gig is the Alzheimer's Project, where we work with the people who have Alzheimer's as well as the volunteers and the families.
Oh, this is so great. You have any special experiences you want to share with us about Ari?
Well, yeah, there are a few. Ari is, he was the youngest therapy pet that they ever had, because they have to be at least one to be able to be, to be tested and then later certified. So he was really young but very perfect for the job, had the perfect disposition. He was chosen as Tallahassee Top Dog in 2011, and he still wears his bling from that. And that was a really nice opportunity to advocate for both Be the Solution, the organization that held that contest, and also for animal therapy. So he got to do a lot of really, really interesting things as a result of his being top dog, including a lot of public appearances, a lot of, he made a couple television programs about animal therapy. He made some visits to some very special people. He was on a billboard. And basically had a lot of opportunity to get out there, spread goodwill in the world, and make people happy.
Well, how can somebody get involved even though they're looking at the other side of Ari?
Well, Ari, would you like to turn around? There's 3 3 different ways you could get involved with the animal therapy program.
Okay.
One would be to have a pet with whom you wanted to participate as an animal therapy unit. The other would be, of course, you could be or know of a facility or a venue that would like to have an animal therapy visit. And the other would be to make a donation to the TMH Foundation, which supports the animal therapy program.
Great. Coming up next, stay tuned for the Digital Minute with Ryan and Chucha and Anna Johnson with Chris Hecox and Opening Nights.
When you bring world-class performers to Tallahassee, Florida, you're talking about a big ticket as far as money. And while we have incredible sponsors and the community is generous, there's a lot of ways to do that to benefit the people in our community and our students as well. Well, Chris Hecox joins us. And Chris, you're going to be starting something new, which I think is so exciting. So tell us about
Yeah,
that.
we are moving forward with some planned giving endowments, something that we've never done before, but it's something that I've wanted to start since I got here about 3 years ago. And it's really exciting. What we're really looking to do is to make sure that we have a foundation financially so that there is support for these artists to come to Tallahassee from years and years and years from now. So there's a couple of different ways. We're opening up an endowment fund so that we can bring these world-class artists here every single year. It's very expensive to bring the Yo-Yo Ma's and the Wynton Marsalises. So we're looking for people that are interested in being able to support these programs for years to come to talk to us about what we can do on that end. And the other one that's really near and dear to my heart is student ticketing. When we discount student tickets at a $15 and a $10 ticket price, it's really one of those things that we have to find a way to make that money back up. And so we're going to be going and soliciting funds from individuals that are interested in supporting those subsidies for tickets for students so that we can get more students the ability to come and see our performances.
We have a great audience.
Absolutely.
If somebody says, yeah, I want to help you do that, could they call
Yeah,
you?
they can call my office at 644-1151,
Yeah.
and we can sit down and discuss that.
Oh, give them a call if you're interested. And Chris, love having you on
Thank
talking
you so
about
much.
opening nights.
Hi, I'm Chucha Barber with Impact Visual Media, and this is my son, Ryan Barber.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Ryan. Hey, Ryan, I don't know why, but I'm a very LinkedIn person. I think it's because I have a strange name, and people send me a lot of requests and stuff, but...
Good for you.
Well, I guess so. Yesterday what happened was somebody sent me an email, and I wanted to reply to them, but I didn't want everybody in the universe to see what I said. Can you send like a private response via LinkedIn?
Well, just to be clear, you say you received an email. You meant LinkedIn message, right?
I did.
Okay. All right.
Okay, see, I'm struggling right from the start.
We
okay.
are currently logged into your LinkedIn account.
Cool.
And I see that you have one new message. So that's indicated by our envelope icon here at the top. And that little one means you have one unread.
Cool.
So if I were to click on that, you have one from me, actually. And so you
Nice.
have two options. You can read it by clicking. You can reply or delete. So I guess you have three. But if you were to simply click reply, you would essentially be doing just what you had hoped to do, which is sending a reply message to that individual user, not publicly, but rather privately. And then once sent, that individual would receive it, and you could correspond that way.
So everybody doesn't see the LinkedIn stuff?
You can post to LinkedIn similarly to how you post to other social networks, like a Facebook newsfeed or timeline, where that content is public and people on LinkedIn can see it. But sending messages through LinkedIn is private.
So you send me a message and I respond, and it's just between me and you?
Just the two of us.
That is a beautiful thing. I like that. I like that. So, all right, well, I was worried that sometimes personal things were going to people's eyeballs that I didn't really want to see it. So
If you stay,
that's good to know.
If you stay within the message window and parameters, you're good. Just make sure you're not posting
What's that number
publicly.
up there? That 138?
Those are pending requests that you should probably go through. And
So like those are more people that want to be linked in with me?
yeah,
I
we'll save
told you I was
those
popular.
invites for another
It's
minute.
a beautiful
though.
thing. I'm LinkedIn.
She's LinkedIn.
The Area Agency on Aging for North Florida is an aging and disability resource center for the Panhandle and Big Bend regions. We can help you apply for Medicaid, long-term care, and we offer a network of community partners for senior health and wellness. Services include elder abuse prevention and awareness, Medicare and long-term care counseling, as well as our Elder Helpline, connecting elders and persons with disabilities and caregivers to community resources. Call us today.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to Ageless in America. And you know, in Tallahassee and the surrounding areas, we have a number of great hotels if you're planning to come and visit and stay in our great city. But you did an interview about another hotel that is super duper.
You know, there's so many different types of hotels, and if you've never been to a suite hotel, it's so much more. And you can for long-term stay or short-term stay. And I got to talk with Janie Nola at the Candlewood Suites about their special place and how great it is for families and events. Let's take a look right now. Hey Janie, I got the call. The family's coming to town. We're celebrating my grandmother's 90th birthday. The parents are coming, their kids are coming, and I think they even got a dog. Can you help me out here?
Absolutely. First of all, congratulations on your grandmother's 90th birthday.
Thank you.
We are an all-suite property with 114 suites. We have 3 room types: a single studio suite, a double queen bed suite, and a 1-bedroom suite with separate living space. We're also pet friendly.
Well, I like that. I'm hooked. Can we check out a room?
Absolutely.
Great, let's go. This is a great room.
I'm glad you like it. This is our 1-bedroom suite with a king-size bed, pull-out sofa for the kids, full-size refrigerator, microwave, garbage disposal, dishwasher, all the plates, pots and pans, and utensils, so they can cook in their rooms for the duration of their stay if they don't want to go out to eat. And the kids can stay in the living space and have their own TVs as well.
That's a good separation, parents and kids.
Yeah, you could have to watch cartoons.
It looks like it's got all the comforts of home and more. But you know, my grandmother's in a wheelchair. And do you have something that can accommodate her?
Yes, we do. We do have ADA certified rooms, which is Americans with Disabilities Act. Those rooms are going to have lower countertops. The microwave's going to sit lower down, so it's more accessible for wheelchairs. Some of the rooms will have roll-in showers, and some will have the larger tubs with the handrails.
That's great news. She's really going to be pleased. On another note, my brother and his wife are fitness gurus, and the grandkids like to swim.
We have both, Lou. We have an outdoor pool with 2 gas grills and a cement gazebo so they can cook out while they're here, as well as we have a 24-hour fitness center. Let's go see the fitness center. This is our Candlewood gym. It's open 24 hours, so you can come in, work out, watch a movie, and on the other side of the wall is laundry facilities, which are complimentary, and you can do your laundry while you're working out.
Working out, watching a movie, and doing laundry all at once? That's
Absolutely.
great.
You're doing a good job, Lou.
Thanks. I'm getting hungry though.
We have a Candlewood cupboard, which does have soda, juice, milk, things you can make for breakfast, as well as frozen dinner items so you can cook for dinner.
Do you have margaritas?
No, we do not have margaritas. However, we do have a lending locker, so you can complimentary check out a blender and other items from our lending locker. We do have meeting space too. You said about 40 people are coming.
That's correct.
So let's go look at the meeting space.
All right, let's go.
This is our general meeting room. It holds up to 50 people, full capacity, banquet style. However, with your 40 people, it would be very accommodating. We also have a smaller meeting space when you come back for a meeting, a boardroom that holds up to 8.
Okay, so this is the perfect room for our celebration.
Absolutely.
We've got everything we need here at Candlewood Suites. We've got rooms for the kids and the parents. We got grandmama taken care of with her wheelchair. We've got a blender for granddaddy's margaritas and a fitness center and a pet. You've got everything here and all the comforts of home. We found the place.
Fantastic.
Candlewood Suites. Thanks, Jane.
Thanks, Lou.
Well, welcome back, everyone. I think we can dive into those now, don't you?
Oh, yes, it's good. It's good. We're about 2 minutes away from getting into these things. I'm telling you what.
It was so nice of Publix to donate those.
You know, their
to us
bakery. I don't know if
today.
you've ordered a lot of anything from
Always.
Publix Bakery, but you know, it might be a grocery store, but there's so much more.
Yeah.
You got to check out their bakery. So when you're thinking about something, Publix.
Well, and I want you to know that these will not go to waste. Our crew just loves to eat in this in the city.
And you think Aerie might want a special one too?
Just might. Looks happy about it anyway.
Well, for the top dog of 2011, it was nice to have him on the show, and we should probably honor him with a special treat later on.
Magnificent animal.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
All right, we got a lot coming up too in Tallahassee, huh?
Yes, we did a special on the Tallahassee Museum. Well, if you've never been there, they have a great jazz festival going on all day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the museum. So get the family and get out there. We know you're staying up to watch our show before noon, get a little lunch. You go out there and spend the rest of the day there.
And we have so many great musicians in Tallahassee, so it should be a good day. And then Cascades Park. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
What a great place just to go and walk and visit. But they have the Tallahassee Symphony has a jazz concert going on from 8 to 10 p.m.
That's right. So you get your jazz during the day and you get your jazz on at night. You can look snazzy and jazzy all at once.
And has a jazzy day, I guess. Whatever you want to say on that one. But thank you all so much for joining us for our show today. And just remember, as Lou says,
Stay active.
and stay healthy. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for joining us. Can we dive in now? Are you ready?
Do I get one too?
Okay. We are just having a moment.
Yeah.
Toast. No
Love
muffin
'em.
too tough. I know. Brought to you by the Area Agency on Aging for North Florida.